I'm gonna be me 10 out of 10 times. It's gonna be perfect. Trust me. It's gonna be the best one. I bet you dinner this be the best one y'all do.
What up, world? I'm G Rush.
It's your boy D Graham.
It's another episode of Cigars
And Conversations, baby.
That's right. I know y'all looking at the background. You're like, yo, where these guys is at? Well, we had to make a special trip to Philly to come see our guy, special guest, one of the kings of Philly, calling himself the Muslim Don. Tone Trump is in the building.
And we in his building.
Oh man, right now we live, like he said, Philadelphia, aka Philistine. We at the Heat Factory studio, man. I'm honored to have y'all. I'm actually right now I'm not even really doing press right now, so I made a special situation to talk to you kings, man. I'm excited to be here.
Definitely, man. We grateful for your time, man, and inviting us to your home. And as you can see, man, we in the studio.
Absolutely.
Definitely, man. Factory Studios in Philly. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, a lot of important people been in this place. If Tone is here, so I'm excited, man. Thank you for your time, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, man. Shout out to Maul Gates, man. Like I'm real big on supporting black business owners, man. The young brother that owns the studio is one of the top engineers in the industry, not just in Philly. And the who's who, he's recorded anybody that rap from Philly at some point. Maul done touched their music, and this is one of the studios. I'm big on recording at home, but when I like to come out, I get that studio vibe when I'm here. When I'm in Philly, I definitely like to rock with the Heat Factory, and this is it's a beautiful location, multi-levels, really nice, smoke friendly. The brothers got the cigars in the air, so definitely if you're in the town, come check it out.
Shout out to the Heat Factory, man.
Believe that.
Yeah, definitely. So pretty much the people know now. They know we in Philly, but we like to give our people more details and specifics about our guests. So
right.
Tell the people what part of Philly you from.
I'm from West Philly. I'm from the west side of Philadelphia. Made famous obviously by the billionaire Will Smith from the intro to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he say West Philadelphia, born and raised. But West Philly is the home of so many people that your listeners and you guys are familiar with, from Will Chamberlain, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player ever, to Will Smith, obviously, to the list goes on. Eve is from the west side.
Lisa Lopez.
Left Eye.
Yeah, Left Eye.
The list goes on and on and on, man. So it's just an honor to be here, man, and be representing the whole town, because I don't like to get too geographical because it's so much bigger than your block and you're part of the town. But at the same time, you always got to rep where you're from.
Absolutely.
So it's a fact. I'm super proud to be from the west side.
Absolutely.
And I come up, single mother raising me, and no matter how far removed I get from her, no matter where I move at, no matter where I go, no matter where I travel, I'm always going to make sure I got a presence. I'm always going to make sure I not just say I give back, not just film me giving back, but really give back, really live it, really be a part of where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to just, I'm from, everybody quick to rep it, but it's like,
yeah.
I want to rep it to a point where if you go to my block right now, you can ask somebody 14-year-old about me, you can ask somebody 30-year-old about me, you can ask somebody 7-year-old about me. And, God willing, they all going to have something positive to say, because I'm coming back and I'm trying to bring things back that people before me may not have done. Maybe they didn't have the knowledge to do it, because we get so caught up in trying to make it out that we leave. I've been made it out, and I want to still be around, still be there, and still give back and still have a presence.
Oh, that's love, man. That's
Definitely.
love.
Definitely.
That's love. I mean, you've mentioned so many important people, famous people. Will Smith, Left Eye, Will Chamberlain, State Property. I mean,
the list goes on. I mean, like, see, people. You said West Philly, so like when you say Philly, I mean, yeah, like, cause State Property, from State Property, they from all different parts of the city. But I mean, when you just talk about Philadelphia, I mean, the list goes. I mean, you think about anything, you think about boxing, Bernard Hopkins,
absolutely.
Danny Garcia, Tevin Farmer is the new champ, IBF champ. You think about movies, I mean, the biggest comedian in the world, Kevin Hart, from North Philly, from Philly. You think about it's just nothing you can talk about and not mention this small city. People don't understand how small Philly really is. It's not like, like you go to New York, y'all got like Harlem, Brooklyn, y'all got all these different parts. Like, imagine like Philly would just be like a borough, and then you got so many gifted people from all different walks of life. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
From producers. I mean, you think about, we talk about music. You can't name one musical movement that didn't have a power player from Philly involved in it.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about, you think about anybody, I can tell you somebody from Philly that was either signed to that person or helped out or whatever. Anybody from Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, you got Scott Storch. right?
Oh, wow.
Philadelphia.
I didn't know that.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Scott Storch.
Wow.
You know what I mean? From Philadelphia. You talk about Pharrell. Pharrell had Roscoe P. Coltrane. You know what I'm saying? Who was instrumental in their whole movement, from the way he dressed to the way he rapped. A lot of people that was fans of Pharrell, Tyler the Creator is heavily influenced by Roscoe. From him watching him. Of course, with Jay-Z, who's arguably the biggest artist ever, his whole movement was built on the foundation of Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
So Biggie Smalls, he talked about the commission. It was Jay-Z, Charlie Baltimore, West Philly, and him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't really talk about no movement. Death Row had Corrupt. Corrupt is really from around this area.
Yeah.
So it's like, we talk about music, you can't name nobody, you know what I'm saying? So musically, this town is so solidified. Going all, and if you want to go all the way back to Gamble and Huff, the Sounds of Philadelphia, who did Teddy Pendergrass, who did Patti LaBelle, who's from here. Teddy P obviously is from here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, the list goes on and on and on.
Man, that's incredible, man. You know, just the people you mentioned. The one thing about Philly, you know, for me is so supportive, man. You know, they you know, look what they did for you know, for Rockefeller. You know, I think they you know, a lot of I was just in a show at Atlantic City, an old school show, and they had Big Daddy Kane, Kool Moe D, Slick Rick, and they was just showing mad love to Philly, because they was like, man, Philly, I couldn't get no love in my own city, but when I bought that record here, you know, Philly was the place that really, you know, broke the doors open for us as artists, because they showed us love that we couldn't get love, because I guess it was so hard or so oversaturated in New York. You know what I mean? Like Philly was just like, you know, nah, you know, they just showed us love, man. So I mean, look at you, you know, we chopped it up, we communicated. You was like, hey man, come out to Philly, man, come chop it up with me, come in my world, and that was love, man.
Absolutely.
You don't know me from a can of paint, so
One hand wash the other, both wash the face. You know what I mean? Like before we started this interview, you spoke about the numbers y'all doing, right? 3 years from now, when y'all doing 10 times that, you know what I mean? You're gonna remember the relationship. You know what I mean? I believe in my people, so when you hit me up, I didn't ask you what network you was on and all that stuff like that. I don't get into all that, because I've been meeting with people. I've been chasing my dream and chasing my goals in this industry for a long time. I've seen people go from being a guy to hand the waters out to being a guy with the big office in the corner. I've literally seen it. You know what I mean? I remember meeting with Tuma at MTV Jams in 2010, and then now he like runs Spotify, and then he runs YouTube. So imagine if I was like, you know, like a better term, imagine I was like an asshole to him, and then as he elevates and he remembers, like, yeah, he was that guy who was like an asshole. Like, you treat everybody, I treat everybody. I don't be caring about, that's female stuff to me, and no disrespect to females, but I mean like in an insulting way to men.
Yes.
It's like girly when you're trying to worry about what network you on, you know what I mean? I'm me. So it's like, once I'm on it, it's already upgraded anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would look at it. So I don't get caught up into that. So if I see a brother's vision or a sister's vision and I can vibe with it, I'm cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I rock with it.
Facts, man. And we, you know, us here at Cigars and Conversations, you know, we're about relationships, man. So,
Absolutely.
you know, inshallah, this is long term.
Inshallah.
You know what I mean? This is a long term thing where, you know.
And then you had he had the code word. Once he greeted me with the salams, I automatically, you know what I mean? I'm so big on brotherhood, there's no way I could have fronted on him anyway, because like I said, I'm in the middle of shooting a film right now where I'm not even supposed to be doing no press.
Right.
So I'm a boss, so I can do what I want, but at the same time, you know, I signed something saying, you know, like, right now I'm chilling, so that's why even with social media, I'm not really promoting some of the things I'm about to do, because, you know, it's a layout, so it's a campaign. But like I said, my people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we have a hadith in our religion that, you know, one doesn't truly believe until you want for your brother what you want for yourself. So when I see my brother upstarting with his, what I look like saying, yo, man, I ain't doing no press right now. You know what I mean? Nah, man, bro, come down, holler. You know what I'm saying? And then when they say something about it, I'm going to say, man, that was my cousin, man, he doing this little, you know what I mean? And then when it blow up, I'm going to say, see, I told y'all so. You know what I mean? It was a great look for everybody involved.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
I'm here, man. I'm rocking with y'all from day one, so that's how we going to get it.
Yeah, man. That's one of the visions and one of the goals for Cigars and Conversations, is to be able to have conversations in a time where there's not enough conversations and people being dismissed because they don't have that big name, they don't got that big budget, right? They're not as known as some of the known. We try to have conversations on our show to really help kind of fix, you know, this issue, because it's a big issue that's going on, and you may be saying no or being dismissive towards somebody who may be next up. So it's good to have a conversation to educate and enlighten people. That term, stay woke, there's even levels to that. So conversations like this help people stay woke on how not to be so dismissive to people who you just never know could be connected to you living your best life, man. So we appreciate you being able to come through and letting us come through.
Absolutely, and to quote my beautiful mother, man, treat people the way you want to be treated. You know what I mean? It's so simple. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I done did interviews with people that people never heard of that wound up being bigger than my interview that I did on MTV.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because you just never know. It's like we look at it now, like these kids that's going viral now. There's kids going viral from their phones, and you got guys who the one that got $70,000 for equipment and can't get 10 people to watch.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gonna build up, but y'all just gotta make sure that y'all do y'all part. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I gotta make sure I do my part. Because if I believe in me, because I believe in me.
Yeah.
I swear, I so believe in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's like when a brother's saying, he'll tell you, I never asked him nothing about nothing. Did I?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so confident in me. If y'all just okay, it's gonna be great. So if y'all great, then it's just gonna be legendary. You know what I mean? Because I'm so confident in me. I don't have to ask, yo. Because I remember when I was coming up, people would ask like, yo, what kind of camera y'all using? Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what do you even know?
Right.
Because people don't know. Because I know people that got a lower level camera, but got all the he'll tell you they got the best lenses though,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to flip it. I know
Exactly.
I know people that got the red cam and all that stuff, and it looks like trash.
Right.
So we get, and I say we. Whenever I say we, I'm referring to my people. I'm talking directly to my people. We get so caught up in that kind of stuff. And when I say they, I don't gotta say who I'm talking about because I think they're gonna figure it out. They don't be caring about that.
Right.
They be
Right.
caring about going like this.
Level.
So while we trying to figure out, while I'm asking him what kind of camera he got, guess what we know? We staying stagnant like this.
Yep.
And while we figuring it out, they going like this.
Right.
And they upgrading and
Right.
they getting, no, we gonna build, we gonna build, we gonna build, we gonna build. And you know, we gonna rock it like that.
Wow.
Definitely, man.
The thing about the school thing is, man, just the importance, like when we think about curriculum, man, like I asked you, I presented you brothers with a question. I said, you know, like you're successful, I'm successful, the brothers in the background are successful, you know, different levels of success.
Mm-hmm.
We all business owners, and we say, you know, as we building our businesses, building our platforms, building our empires,
Right.
because we all moguls too. Let's, you know, what we call ourselves is important too. You know what I mean? We moguls, man, fellow moguls. Like, so it's like as moguls, it's like, how many times have you used anything you learned in science since you've been building your brain and your empire?
Nothing.
I've never once been in a meeting where I was like, remember in social studies they told me, you know what I mean? So we look at all these wasted curriculums. And see, I was somebody, mashallah, I was blessed to be able to go to schools in the inner city and schools in the suburbs. And I never forget when I first went to like a quote good school. You know, that's how they try to make it seem.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
And that's more of the mind fuck. You know what I mean? Because it's here, it's a good school. It's not necessarily the case. It's who's educating. It's the teacher. We have don't lose that mentality because we got great teachers in this black community. We got great teachers at Martin Luther King High School. We got great teachers at whatever high schools. You know, every city got it because we global. So I know everybody all over the world watching. So everywhere got a Martin Luther King High or Frederick Douglass High or whatever. George Washington Carver. It's great teachers there, but we led to believe that you only can go to so-and-so prep and all of that stuff. That's not true. Because I've had teachers in public schools who taught me more than teachers in private schools. But one thing I will say, the curriculum. Now I go from West Philly High School, I'm in 10th grade, right? I go from West Philly High School in 10th grade, in the middle of the hood. 5-minute walk from my block, in the middle of the hood, everything you could think of going on, from drugs to violence, everything. And, you know, I had social studies. You know, I had a good social studies teacher, I'm learning one thing. Or I had, let's say, English class. Then I go to, very next year, I go to the private school, and they don't have English class. They call it writing and thinking.
Wow.
Just the way they name it makes me feel like, you know what I mean? And I never forget being intimidated, hearing them kids read out loud. I'm like, man, these sound so smart. Not knowing I'm smarter than everybody in the class. But they mind focused. And what's the quickest way to fix it? Obviously fixing our schools and stuff like that. But in the meantime, educating ourselves so we can start at home, educating our babies. You know what I mean? Homeschooling and teaching our children the right ways. So, okay, we could be mad about them not teaching us the benefits of credit and stuff like that. Or we can learn from our mistakes, our parents' mistakes, and make sure our babies know.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure you can.
Since we're on education, you know, and this is nothing against, you know, whoever is watching, but in Jersey, I'm hearing that they're going to be making it a part of their curriculum to teach the history on LBGT. And you know, when I heard that, first my mind was saying, well, what history? You know, and then what's the purpose? Because I know in some schools they don't allow you to pray. Some schools you can't. Most schools.
Really, all schools, unless it's a private school of a denomination, like if it's a Catholic school or a Muslim school or a Jewish school, is praying is not allowed. So in public school, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. Yeah. So, you know, what's your take on that? Like,
I think it's just the signs of the time. I think my personal feelings on it is like I'm torn. It's like, you know what I mean, because a part of me, you know, I don't like to complain about stuff. You know what I mean? I like to find solutions. So my thing is like I can't tell them to do what to do with their stuff. That's their schools. I can't say what they could teach or not. And I ain't gotta let my babies go there. They ain't gotta teach my kids. And I might feel a way about some of the things, you know, because like, you know, they was talking about this at one of my children's school. They were talking about, you know, being all inclusive. So that's something like, you know, like around Christmas time, they'll celebrate Christmas, but then whatever the Jewish holiday is, and then during, you know, like Eid, they would have, you know, us bringing stuff to, you know, educate. So a part of me is like, that is kind of nice because it can teach well-roundedness, you know what I mean? Now, when you put it against like, why are they able to do this? Why we got to look in the mirror. Because one thing I can say about the, I don't want to say it wrong because those people are very sensitive and they're very aggressive. The LG, what is it? Pause. What is it called?
LBGT.
Right. Their organization goes hard for their people.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
are so gangster. Like people are so scared to say, like, to say something wrong about them, and I wish we had a little bit of that. People just feel like they can say whatever they want about black people. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't feel like they're gonna lose no opportunity, no money. Like I do press all over the world. I've done every level of press you could think of, and people, one of the main things they'll say is, "Be careful what you say about people from the LG." I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know the, you know what I mean, but there's people that right, and don't, in which my religion teaches me to be kind to all people.
Right.
So I don't have no known hate. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with, like, I used to have a thing, but I hated who hated me, I hated who hated us, and I'm growing from that because I'm not giving them that energy. You know what I mean? But one thing I will say is, what I take from that question is, we have to get to the point, like when we say, well, they won't, some schools won't let you pray, and some schools won't let, you know, I even see people say, well, they won't even teach African American history. Well, that's a problem. Why we gotta wait till the LGBT push their line to push our line?
Yep.
We should have been making them teach what we wanted them to teach without them doing it, because they not worried about what we doing.
Yeah.
It's like the people from Peter, like, what, you know how they feel about people wearing furs and stuff like that. Like, they pushing their line no matter what.
Yep.
We have to push our line no matter what, but we have to have a plan. We have to have organization. We have to have leaders. Just because somebody got 10 million followers don't make them a leader. Just because somebody got $10 million and all the cars, they don't make us a leader. Like, we could love Diddy, but that don't mean Diddy is no leader. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see Malcolm X wasn't stunting, but he was a leader. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that Diddy's not a leader, but I'm just saying, like, we need somebody to be that voice. We need somebody that had a heart to be that voice. Just the way they have somebody, whoever's in charge of their organization, don't play around about them.
Facts.
And I can admire that without always agreeing with whatever they may believe. I don't know what all that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the knowledge to speak on it good or bad. But what I will say is, before we get mad about them pushing their line, push our line. Super Bowl just passed. People were so confused.
Right.
I thought we wasn't watching. I thought we was with Colin Kaepernick. And that's because y'all following people that ain't leaders. You know what I'm saying? So people will see it so and so. I'm not going to call none of my brothers out, but you got rappers who got huge followings who was so all about Kaepernick, and then as soon as that Super Bowl was in Atlanta, wait a minute, I got some bags waiting on me. So they, we ain't with the Super Bowl, but you had every Super Bowl event, every Super Bowl party. That's confusing to a follower.
Nice.
People have to know what a follower is. If you are a leader, when you put yourself in, and some of these dudes are leaders by default. They just leaders because they rap good, or they dribble good, or because they can box. That don't mean you're a leader.
That's good.
But I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to be in position to lead. It was a time where people looked at me as a leader when I wasn't ready to lead. And I made mistakes, and I led my people astray, and I did dumb stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember telling my home, yo, we gonna all go to the jewelry store, you know what I mean? That's leading wrong. I wasn't telling them about real estate, because I ain't know. But now that I know, I have to lead the right way. I have to push my lines. Not wait until an organization, let's say of another race or another sexual preference comes and starts buying up everything in my community now. Well, why we ain't buying it up? No, buy it now.
Yeah.
Hold on to it.
We invest our money in the
I get letters every day from developers trying to buy properties I got. Every day. The nicest letters you ever want to read. And just seeing if you're interested, seeing why they want that property so bad. No, y'all can't have it. I don't care what I'm going through. I'm sitting there.
That's crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, why do they want our community so bad? You know why? Because everything changes. You ever ride through a neighborhood with an elder, like like I would ride through with my grandma. My grandma would say to me sometimes, back in the day, this was all white people. Or back in the day, this was all, something changed that. that change is going to happen again.
Wow.
And we either going to be on the forefront or we going to do like we did last time, be up in project buildings and all of that crap again. So we got to change the narrative. So when you say, how do I feel about it? Ain't none of my business. That's their business. You know what I mean? My business is to put myself in a position where my child don't got to go to no school that they doing something that I don't want them doing it. If I had a problem with that. And if I do what I'm supposed to do and lead and teach and learn and educate, we ain't got to worry about that. But if I sit back and keep waiting to react and letting them just call the shots, man, just think, if they doing that now, what's going to be in 20 years? Look at TV now. When you watch TV, when we was growing up, you couldn't even say damn on TV. Now I be sitting there cleaning the crib. Yeah, I'm like, yo, what you watching? It'd be a cartoon. And they, shit. Like, so it's like, things changing. So now when you say, okay, they having that in the schools now, so they're going to have their own school, and they're going to have this, and they're going to have that, and teachers, and now they're going to have this, and we're going to be sitting there mad? No, it ain't none of our business. I guess that's their right. It's the laws of their lands. You know what I mean? Everything in this world, if we believe what we taught, we know that everything in this world is temporary. Why we getting caught up on something that's temporary? That's not our business. Do what you're supposed to do. If I take care of what I'm supposed to take care of, that should never affect me and mine.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
And if I don't, it will affect me and mine. Because I'm not in a position mentally or spiritually where I want my son to be in a class that's teaching that right now. Because I don't even know enough to counter teach against it. You see what I'm saying? So imagine your child come home saying, well, they saying, because I've seen things, I've been at, school. I'm an active parent. So I've been at stuff and where, let's say my 4-year-old has a classmate who has, a kid who said, I got 2 mommies. I don't have a dad. I haven't armed myself to know how to explain that yet. And I'm being honest on camera to say that. That doesn't give me the position to tell my son, they this, they that, they this, they that. Spiritually, I can teach what I'm learning. And then, emotionally and mentally, I got to be on point to let him know, wait a minute now. You know what I mean? Because if we don't teach him, they're going to teach him. And you just said what they about to teach him. You just said the curriculum, what they going to teach him. So,
powerful, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's all about arming yourself, man, mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, in every kind of way. To get your troops right first. Because like once we put ourselves in front of these cameras, we teaching more than just our own kids. And I used to be so disappointed in myself, but now I say it shows my growth. It shows where I'm going as a man, as a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I may end up, running for president one day. So it's all part of my story, all part of my movie. You know what I'm saying? As I grow, I would have probably answered that question. I'm not even probably. I would have definitely answered that question different last year. Where I'm at now, that's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? Mind the business that pays you, mind the business that concerns you and affects you. Like if I do what I'm supposed to do, my babies won't be in no school where they're teaching that. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, if I'm out here messing with a bunch of women, putting babies here and there, that's why you're supposed to be married. And I can't control all the schools they go to. Because now it's like I can't. Shorty over here in Jersey, my son got to go to this school where they're teaching this at. And not just what you talk about, but all types of other stuff.
Wow.
What if she sent them to a school that's teaching them, about being a Mormon, and I'm not a Mormon? Because I know if a Mormon parent is watching this, they don't want their kid learning my faith. We can learn theology, which is the study of religion. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's good to know a little bit about everything and be, because I don't have to respect your religion, but I don't got to, people don't know what the word respect means. Because if I respect your religion, that's like I believe things in your religion. So no, I don't respect your religion. But that don't mean I gotta be mean about it or talk down to you or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not my business. You know what I mean? You going to church, you know what I mean? Have a great day at church. You feel me?
Facts. Man, hey man, you
talking heavy,
you getting the real deal right here, man.
Heavy, I promise you all this, man. We got a responsibility now, man. I'm taking mine real serious, man. We got a responsibility, man, to educate, to entertain. You know what I'm saying? We gonna still be fly. We gonna still talk. We gonna have fun. Yeah. We gonna talk heavy, but we gotta give them something, man. And we talked about short attention span. Some people ain't gonna be able to hear it, but guess what? If we got one little brother that's sitting on his laptop and he watches this joint and be like, "Man, I want to learn about real estate," or even bigger, I want to learn about Islam. We won, man.
Facts,
we
man.
won. You know what I mean? I could have easily went to the bank and pulled out some money and stunned and acted like, right. You know what I mean? Right. Or I could give y'all some real jewels. You know what I'm saying? And really just talk to my people. And, we having cigars, we having conversations, we building, we learning, and we building each other up. And that's a beautiful thing.
So Tone, real quick,
Nothing real quick when you talk about mobiles, baby.
Right.
I told you we can't put time limits on these cigars in this conversation. It's too priceless, man. Give my man another cigar, man.
Time is everything, right, man? With all, so many important people from Philly, you being from Philly, doing the things that you're doing, do you feel like any added pressure? Like, you know, just doing so much, do you feel like, damn, like, you know, I can't go backwards, so I gotta, you know, when the greats are mentioned from Philly, I want my name to be mentioned in that category. Do you feel any added pressure?
Honestly, no. I'm so confident and so. I was born great. I was born a legend. You know what I mean? Like I came in the game. Like that's when I pissed a lot of people off when I first started because I came off like people thought I was real arrogant, and at that time I was. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling myself, but I don't feel no pressure, man. I feel like I'm more like when I know where I came from, when I know what I started with, when I know the things I've accomplished, I'm already with the greats. And it's not really for me to say that, but I feel like if I just stay my course, man, trust the cut of the law and everything that's written for me, I'm already there. Like when I think about the things I've done, the things like. I mean, I really was a kid who, like, I went from literally, I remember waiting in line as a young boy, waiting in line to buy Beanie Siegel's first album and to meet him and to get him to sign my CD, to fast forward to when I'm in the studio working with him. You know what I mean? To come from that. Like, I remember, you know what I'm saying, like, being a young boy, me and my man Mossberg on 54th Street when we was still hustling, you know what I mean, bagging up, listening to Jeezy album to fast forward, then I get signed to Jeezy. Like, all these things happen from me praying and me hustling smart. So I'm never putting no. It's like I don't look at none of them people and be like, man, they're so great. What do I got to do to get to there? I've been there, man. I've been there. I'm exceeding it. I'm there. I'm already a legend. Like when I think of where I started, I wasn't even a rapper. So to go from not even being a rapper to doing an album with CeeLo Green, to go from not being a rapper to touring the world with Young Jeezy, to go from not being a rapper to, you know, working. You know what I mean? Like I remember going to school listening to the Lox, to now I'm doing songs with Styles P. So you can't, I'm already a legend. I'm already great. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I ain't tripping off, you know, my perception of me is more important than anybody else's perception of me. You know, my word says, don't let their words sadden you. There's nothing nobody can comment. I could have a million comments saying they don't like this. If I love it, that's the great. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't put no pressure on myself, you know what I'm saying? And people, you know, I've had many people, many greats reach out to me and say, man, I was out in Miami and people was asking me, do they know you and stuff like that. I earned that, man. That's sweat equity. I put that work in because my shit is real. You know what I mean? Like, I literally was getting up. I was getting on planes with no money. I was getting on trains with no money. I was catching the Chinatown bus to New York to go chase my dreams by myself. I was going to events in New York when I had beef by myself. You know what I mean? With a pocket knife and a little gun on me, just making sure, you know what I mean, praying that nothing pop off and risking my life and my freedom. You know how much trouble you get in New York with a firearm on you. Right. So early in my career, now I got security and stuff like that. But early in my career, I was going up top. When I met K Slay was seeing me in all the worst spots. I met the little showcases in the Bronx where it's like you knew it was going to be a fight breaking out. It's just a matter of when. But to chase my dream, so to go from that to then being on. You know, being at 2012, being at Summer Jam with Jeezy, looking out and seeing 70,000 people, what I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm balling. My jersey retired. I'm still balling on my jersey up. I mean, I come from, you hear people all the time say, I come from nothing. Like, I mean, I was the man in my house at 9 years old. At 9 years old, I had responsibilities to help out with bills. I had responsibilities to help out with dinner. So to go from that to being where I'm at now, can't nobody else perception of me, can't no rapper or no critic or nobody tell me nothing. I'm already there. I'm exceeding it. I'm still doing it. Sitting here with y'all. I'm still here doing interviews now from when I started this. You drove all the way from New York to interview me. I did something right. You ain't come down here to interview me just because I'm just some cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? You knew this would be beneficial to your brain as well. I worked for that.
Facts.
I earned that.
Facts. You
know what I'm saying? So I'm there, man. I'm there, man. You ask my youngest son at door what my name is. You know what he said my name is? He know my name is Dad and Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. He literally thinks my name is Mr. Incredible. What's your dad's name? Mr. Incredible? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that means more than meeting with Vibe Magazine or The Source or anybody. You know what I'm saying? How my kids perceive me and how my mother perceives me.
That's crazy you said that.
I've been a legend, man. I've been a star. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not letting the climate of my buzz or anything dictate that, and nobody should.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like you. When you say how many people watching your shows, no matter if it's 5 people, 50,000 or 50 million, you can say, I got the best, man, right now. We got the best new show in the culture. If you believe that, whether you do or not, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We do believe that on Cigars and Conversations, too.
So that's all.
That show right now.
That's all that matters.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I feel. So when people talk about, the who's who in Philadelphia, yo, so and so did this, man. I'm proud of my resume, man. I put it side by side. I put my music next to anybody. Like, you could bring anybody in here from anywhere, not just Philly, because one of my other sayings is global, never local. I don't get caught up in the competing with my neighbors. You know what I mean? I love all these brothers and sisters that's trying to make it from here, even the ones who don't let me back. I'm just that secure in my greatness. But I can go song for song with anybody. I can go idea for idea, business for business. You know what I'm saying? Anything you could think of, and I'll leave that room feeling like I will never feel like I got my ass kicked. Even if I ain't win, even if I be like, man, he got me. I'm be like, he knew he was in the fight though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna know you was in the room. You know what I mean? So, and that's with that's not excluding. No, I didn't met, worked with, got money with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, like I said, you know, I remember like listening to Freeway 1900 Hustler verse every day. To me, then growing up, getting my shit popping, and me calling Freeway, bringing Freeway on tour with me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like I didn't let myself just feel like, you know what I mean, that's the big homie. You know what I mean? He is the big homie. That is my big brother. Whatever. Let's come get this money together. I got a bag for you now. And on all them brothers, when I called them, it was always about business. You know what I mean? I never was the guy just trying to hang out. They all tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, man.
And big shout out to my brother Freeway. I'd be remiss if I don't say this. He just yesterday he had successful kidney surgery. The brother was fighting with kidney disease. So man, may Allah keep you safe and protected, man. I send my love to him, man. He's one of the most amazing human beings, one of the most amazing artists. I've learned a lot from him. You know, not just as a rapper. You know what I mean? As a Muslim, as a man.
We would love to get Free on this show.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. Obviously, right now, you know, he's dealing with recovery, but we're gonna make that happen. Maybe inshallah by the summertime, I'll make that happen. That's an easy one. I got that from my brothers. So shout to Free, and shout to everybody that's dealing with, you know, kidney disease. I posted yesterday about autism. Shout to everybody dealing with everything out there, man, because you know, when you say, like, when you get, you know, this piggyback off your question, when you say how great, you know, when I think about just surviving, man, like surviving as a black man is such a big win nowadays, man. When we look at how they're killing us off, you know what I mean, from our own people, from the genocide in the community to the police to everything. It's like we in here right now smoking cigars, hardwood floors, cameras on us, man. We winning, bro. We can't take none of this for granted. Somebody woke up today in jail. Somebody woke up today in the hospital. Somebody woke up today in a bad jam. We woke up today planning moves. Y'all crossing state lines to come get this peace, and we gotta be grateful for that, because the Lord promised, if you're grateful, I'll give you more. I'm so grateful, man.
Super grateful.
So when you ask me about pressure of being with them names, I've been with them names, man. I came in this game, man. I was in the Philadelphia Daily News. They was talking about how great I was when I had 2 songs recorded. You know why? Because I convinced the writer I was great. I convinced Damon C. Williams, who was the entertainment writer for the Daily News. I wrote him a handwritten letter telling him he need to interview this Tone Trump dude. Yo, you got to talk to this dude. At this time, I had 2 songs recorded. 2 terrible songs. And I went down there and I sold myself and I sold my brand. I look up in the next week and I got a full spread in Philadelphia. This is like, what? I was like half-ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was like one of the first things that legitimized me, because you know, your family, everybody rap until like when you start making moves. Like when my mom is at work and people like, yo, this shit's
Your son,
a little different now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been with them greats, man. I'm one of the greats. You ain't riding down here and no scrub.
Man, and for me, like for us, you know, last couple years when Creed 1 came out.
Talk about it. Who did I play in Creed?
Played yourself. I do my homework, bro.
I didn't write the movie. I just think of like, come on. You ain't gonna look. I know my cameraman told me I got 5 minutes on each segment. I ain't talking about this for 5 minutes. Creed. Let's preface this right. Creed, which grossed over $100 million, which wasn't supposed to. Creed, Oscar nominated. Creed, Golden Globe winning. Creed. I played myself in that movie. I was written in that film by Ryan Coogler, the same brother who did Oscar nominated and should win Black Panther, who did Fruitvale Station, who's probably the best director, no color or nothing on it in the world. Hand wrote me in that movie. So when you say that right there answers your question. He could have wrote any rapper from Philly in that movie. Why he picked Tone Trump?
Facts.
How did he know Tone Trump?
Facts.
From that sweat equity, from me fearing the law and only the law, from me going on the road, from me being the one Philly artist with no deal that was going out to the Bay, going into them clubs where it'd be 500 goons outside, and I'm traveling with me plus 2. And we just trusting the cutter. We going in there, we our own. I'm the star and the bodyguard. I'm bigger than both the dudes with me. You know what I'm saying? So like we taking them chances for that brother to say now when he go shoot this blockbuster film and I go meet with him. I never forget when I was to go meet with him. I was so nervous. Like, man, I hope I get it. I'm studying the little nines they gave me, and then I meet the brother, and the brother's like, man, I was just hoping you would do it. Wasn't no audition or nothing. Yo, I wrote you on the film. This what I got you saying. I read this stuff, and then me always believing in my brand. People always say, man, that sounds just like you in the movie. I changed my whole little script. Nah, man, I wouldn't say that. I would say this. The brother trusted me. So now I'm in this big blockbuster film, saying my words, talking my talk. You know how good it feel to be sitting in the movie theater. Imagine in the movie theater, right? The premiere, and your mom on this side, your lady on this side, and that screen come up. I was looking good. Man, I'm talking about being with the greats. Man, who else can name the people that can say that? Offhand, I know a few people who played themselves in movies. Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Jay-Z. Who? What rapper? I name any rapper. I never seen them play themselves in a blockbuster. That go down in history, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
they wasn't my homies. It wasn't like there wasn't no lookout. I didn't know none of them before that. So shout out to everybody, and I get paid forever off Creed because I always tell people take care of your business, take care of your business, take care of business. Ownership is key. Something as simple as my tattoos. When it came time to shoot Creed, everything got to be clear. You know what I'm saying? So me owning my likeness, me being able to be paid forever. My kids, my grandkids won't get them little checks from Creed. I don't care if it's $40. And it opens up more doors, and then you keep growing, you keep building, writing my own films. I sit down with these people now, and now I got something so big to lean on. They say, now I'm not just another dude coming here with this. So you write movies. You know how it is when you're trying to shop something. Mm-hmm. I'm shopping the script right now, so it's like, Tone Trump who played himself in Creed is different from Tone Trump, this rapper from Philly. There's a million of them.
Yeah, facts, man. I mean,
niggas wasn't in Creed, and if they was,
yeah,
I ain't
facts.
saying.
I mean, now look at us, man. Now
niggas probably was like in the crowd scene,
right,
like, you know what I mean? Right. No, you saw when my scene came on, it was an awning that told you was performing that night. My name was in it. I had another scene where I was supposed to perform. I wanted too much money for it, because we say what I said before we started having your number. Mm-hmm. So the performance scene had got cut. Where some people say, well, damn, don't you wish you would have did it? No, not if I wasn't gonna get my number. I ain't no, you know what I mean? This ain't no blackface shit. I ain't gonna go out there just dancing for watermelons and chicken. I want this to do that. Of course I would have loved to have a performance part in there. But I want my publishing taken care of, because if I'm gonna go in there and perform my song, I want these babies, my babies, to eat off of this forever. So there ain't gonna be no signing this over, because that could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Talk about it. Have your business in order. Have your ownership in order. Own your stuff. Own your name. You know what I mean? You interview people all the time. You know what I mean? I don't even own their name. I don't even own their website. My website, 247trump.com. Imagine the traffic I got during that president's race when everybody was saying, you should change your name. Change my name. You know how many people was going to 24/7? They was adding me and putting me in all that Donald Trump stuff. Mm-hmm. His supporters, though. Yeah. They just see the name and think it's just, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. That traffic is running
my
traffic.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I need that traffic.
Unheard of stuff. I wasn't even adding nothing, and I would look, and it'd be 600,000 visits. Just because the name of it. But I owned it early. I ain't wait. 247trump.com. The president of the United States right now named Donald Trump. So, you know what I'm saying? I call myself the greatest hustler alive. And I challenge anybody. You Google greatest hustler alive. Since you over there on the side, I want you to Google greatest hustler alive and then tell the brothers what comes up. When you Google greatest hustler alive, everybody come on here. Like when you say, you call yourself the Muslim Don. I call myself the greatest hustler alive. Everybody believe everything Google say. Don't stop believing Google now. You Google greatest hustler alive. Not second greatest hustler alive, not one of the greatest hustlers alive, greatest hustler alive. Hustler in the most positive, hard, when I say sweat equity, young brothers know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about selling no drugs. I ain't talking about robbing nobody. I'm talking about sweat. I'm talking about getting up every day, 5 in the morning, hitting that water, saying my prayers, and going out every day to hunt. If I don't hunt, we don't eat. Literally. I ask my wife in the morning, what's for dinner? We don't go shopping and get like a million things like most people do. I hunt every day. What's for dinner? Which one today? Oh, we got a nice spaghetti. So I gotta go hunt to go get the stuff to make spaghetti. I gotta go hunt. It's a seafood night. I gotta go hunt. We live on like rock stars. We ain't going to them where I'm not carrying 80 bags in and shit. You know what I mean? We hustling. So it's a lifestyle, man. I'm proud. What came up with Greatest Hustle Alive?
Tone Trump.
Stop believing Google now. Y'all believe, right? People be helping their kids with their homework. They go to Google. People want to prove something to win a bet. They go to Google.
greatest hustler alive is in the present.
I hear that, so Google.
So when
Hustler
you say about that goes back to like, you know, being in with them names, man, all them names I said, and I respect them all. I respect them all. You will not find no Philly artist who's been on record shouting out other Philly artists like me. You will not find it. I've always been a big person on trying to bring people together. Freeway and Cassidy, remember they had that legendary battle?
Yeah.
They've been on stage together one time. It was at the Tone Trump show. I brought them together. Freeway, my brother. Cassidy, I didn't know as well, but it's like, I admire what he did. It's like, yo, I want you to come out. My brother's gonna be there though. And I want y'all, my brothers, and you would have thought they grew up together. It was all love. You know what I mean? Even the young artists, there's a ton of young artists now that got waves and they popping. I was showing them love before it was cool. I ain't gotta say no names because that'd be looking bitter when you do that. But the brothers know, they mothers know, they friends know, and it's documented. Because that's the thing about documentation. My old he'd tell me all the time, documentation, documentation, documentation. People be laughing at me. I get a bottle of water and I get the receipt. Why you want the receipt for that, man? I was here. You know what I'm saying? I live in a city where, you know what I mean, he go do something dumb right now, they might pull me over. Light-skinned, beard, built kind of like me. No, I wasn't there, bro. I wasn't there doing cigars and conversations. I'm going to get him on the phone. Yo, give me a time lapse on that, show me what time. I'm going to ask more, show me walking in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Documentation, documentation. Being about our business and being proactive. So we always in defense mode, hitting back. Like when you ask me the question about them people, that organization implementing what they implement in school. We waited, they've been working on that probably for 30 years and now we talking about it. They like, forget what y'all talking about, this is going down Monday.
It's already in motion.
It's in motion. So we gotta be on it, man.
Yeah.
These are the type of conversations that we having. Cigars and
No, y'all
Conversations.
not. No, y'all not. Not this elite. Not this elite.
Well,
Email me the conversation that was this elite. And look, I betted my man dinner. It wasn't nothing like this. I don't even know who y'all interviewed, but I know it wasn't this elite.
well,
This different. Ayaki, this different.
Awakening, right? Educating, right? The people.
We doing it.
Today we got blessed with a powerful conversation.
This is different, though. This is different. Listen, you know how powerful this conversation is? We've been sitting here for how long, brother? How long about what you say we've been sitting here?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes. The greatest hustle alive has not tried to sell one thing in 40 minutes. I got a bunch of stuff to sell. I'm wearing my own hat. I'm wearing my own joggers. Man, I got my own socks on, bro. These is Tone Trump socks. And these is Tone Trump socks. I ain't try to. So
you gotta get those on
so
camera.
you don't think I'm bluffing. You know what I mean? These are my own socks. I got my own sneaks too, but I wanted to, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. I've been here for 40 minutes doing what? Trying to give back, trying to lift up, trying to inspire. Not because I know it all, but because I bumped my head too. You feel what I'm saying? Not because I'm better, but because I want to be better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I want to prove myself. When I told him it's going to be the best one, I'm focused on. I knew it was going to be that before I even started because I just feel like I'm that much greater.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he could say, no, when we interview so and so was better. He's wrong, but you know what I'm saying? That person ain't going to believe that. That person going to watch this and be like, yo, the brother from Philly, man, you got his number, da 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 da. You going to hit me and say, yo, so and so that I interviewed, they want your number. Send them to the email, man. I'm wrapped out. Tell them watch the interview over and over and over and over and over. Because I do that, man. And I'm not better than nobody. Because I salute the brothers that I watch. Derek Gracie, y'all familiar with Derek Gracie?
No.
I need to interview him, man. Matter of fact, he's gonna be in New York, March 9th. You never seen a brother with the locks and all the tats on his face, and he be teaching his kids.
I know what you're talking about.
They be doing all the guns and stuff
I know
like that. I'm gonna DM you.
I know exactly what you're talking
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He gonna be in New York, March 9th. I need to interview that brother, cause brothers like him, like when I watch him, when I watch David Banner, you know what I mean, the stuff he do. You familiar with David Banner? My big brother.
Cadillacs on 22.
When you Dame Dash's interviews, like you know what I'm saying, like that's school, yo.
Yeah.
Not these classes. Like they got classes now. You go to community college. No disrespect, but a brother like you, y'all smarter than the teachers. Y'all know more. Y'all live more. Y'all done more. Y'all experience more. So it's like we gotta find alternative ways of learning, like they did. We was going to alternative school, man, bad.
I mean that. Absolutely.
Oh, man, there's other options, man. You need alternative education. So when I look at somebody, a 10-year-old black boy with a gun in his hand, right away people think, why they got that baby with that gun in his hand? A 10-year-old, any other nationality, they gonna say, man, his parents smart. They training him, they teaching him. You know why? Because we scared of 2A education. I'm not. I was the first rapper supporting Black Guns Matter. Maj Toure, another brother who's actually a big cigar guy. You need to sit down with him.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him. I'm educating brothers on 2A rights, educating brothers on firearm and firearm safety. You know what I mean?
Wow,
So they drop guns in the ghetto and then teach us how to use them.
Wow.
You got all these dudes talking about they shooters don't know how to clean a gun, don't know how to properly handle a gun. That's why you see when they on camera with the guns and he a director. I know he hated when them dudes. That's not how you supposed to be with no gun.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't even loaded. So what? You point a gun at me, I'm gonna shoot at you. You know, that's the way I've been trained. You know, I'm trained. Black guns matter, but it's like me. Nobody interviewed, never talked about the 2A for our people. Am I lying?
No.
No. No.
Am I lying?
No. Not at all.
Educate yourself on firearm safety. Educate yourself on your rights as a gun owner. Educate yourself. You know how many brothers end up catching their first felony just because they didn't go downtown and spend 40 minutes filling out some paperwork, spending about $50. Right. Too many of our brothers. And then you get hemmed up. And now you're in a position where you either got to get court with it or court without it. Because I know brothers is going to carry a gun no matter what. But I know brothers that's so uneducated that they have no felonies and still carrying a gun illegal. You could easily, but they don't know. And we can't knock our people for not knowing. That's because y'all interview so many of these bozos and they get up here and all they want to talk about is the album coming out.
Wow.
Oh, nah, man, I'm gonna make this classic, man. It be people, man. I get messages, people say, man, yo, I ain't never even like you, man. I watch an interview, man. I gotta say I respect you. I done taught brothers, like brothers didn't even know. Brothers so quick now, like you look at music now. What's everybody's favorite thing? Or available on all platforms. They don't even know how to eat from it though. They don't even know how to get a check from it. Did you get your tax form back? Did you get your 1099 back? Do you know how to do that? Did you even know that you're supposed to do that? Even if you only made $5, do you know any year? But you know you get my music on Apple, my music on, and you ain't found the way to really benefit from it. You feel what I'm saying? So, is it their fault? Some of it is, but some of it is nobody ain't teaching nobody. Ain't nobody educating nobody. So we can. The old me, when I was more, you know, I was much like, you know, your iman grows as you get closer to God. And I've always been Muslim, but I haven't always been a praying Muslim. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
So you know, when I'm praying 5 times a day and I'm working to live better, I gotta give more than I take and receive. And it's like I know my Lord blessing me in so many ways. I used to get on these cameras and tease people that ain't know.
Right.
Y'all stupid ass niggas, y'all don't even know about that. Now it's like, yo, you know the blessings in educating, man? I literally had people from all over the world. It's not a day go by somebody don't thank me for something I said in the interview. No exaggeration, at least one person. Yo, I just watched an interview on this, you was talking about boom, boom, boom. And sometimes when you dare to be different, you dare to be first, you're gonna get criticized, you're gonna get ridiculed. People might say, oh man, that's the chance we take. I was telling people years ago, stop talking to DJ Vlad. He's a sucker. He's a demon. He draining y'all. He playing y'all out. I was telling people that years ago. Then it became cool. Man, Vlad the Feds. Like, no, he's not. He's not the Feds and that stuff. But, and it's not Vlad's fault that niggas are so vulnerable going up there saying it. But y'all see what he doing. Y'all see what he doing. He don't let y'all control the narrative. That's like y'all could have came up here wanting to talk about rap beef. I'm professional enough where I would have reversed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everybody not able to do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't always able to do that. I fell into that hole many times. But I don't wait till it's cool to say it. You know what I'm saying? You see when 21 Savage, you know what I mean? I hope everything worked out for that brother. But when that first came out, first it was cool to joke on it. And then a couple people with power was like, yo, y'all making fun. It ain't cool to joke. Now it was cool to say it ain't cool to joke on it. It's just people follow the masses. That's the world we live in. But when you decide to be a leader, when you decide to educate, you know what I'm saying? This is a situation where I hope they don't drop the ball. Teach, man, teach, because it's a billion more little 21 Savages that's running around undocumented that don't know what to do right, that won't have his lawyers, that won't have Jay-Z support, that won't have all these people. So we need for them little brothers, the little Haitian brothers in Miami, the little Rican brothers, Ricans is American because that's colonized or whatever, but you know what I mean, the brothers that don't have citizenship or even from the UK and stuff like that, they are people still, but they won't have the power, they won't have people signing petitions. You know what I mean? And we see somebody like Meek Mill with all the money and power he got. Look how they tried to railroad him. So what you think they doing the little, you know what I mean, the little ox that's running around that they got public defenders and so forth. They killing us, bro.
Right.
They killing us. I ain't lying, man.
It's a fact.
It's a fact, man.
My cameraman owe me dinner, man. What's my brother name that was behind the camera?
Scott.
Yeah, I ain't gonna count. I'm gonna get something small because you said right away, man. I don't know about your budget. I ain't gonna get no Ocean Prime on you, man. We might do some vegan pizzas or something, man. Do something calm, man. But we gotta lift each other up, man. We gotta bring each other up, man. Because if we don't, then we either stay stagnant or we bring each other down. The choice is all of ours. It's like, y'all got a powerful platform. You said to me, you said, man, my last one we had, you know how people sometimes will try to minimize that. When you say 50,000 people. 50,000 people watch something that you created with this camera. That's a major accomplishment, man. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, but so and so got 50 million. So what? So and so had to get 50,000 to get the 50 million, right? I don't care who it is. You know, like the brother said, you know, we about to be like the brother Oprah's up.
Gonna be the black Oprahs.
The black Oprahs, the straight Ellens, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep going, keep raising the bar, You know what I mean? Because guess what? Oprah was considered, you know, a failure at one point in her life. She ain't listening to nobody. She kept pushing. That system went through so people always forget that part of the movie.
Yeah.
People always get to the part. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? All these moguls that we see. We moguls too. That's all part of our stories.
Facts.
Because it's how many of us in this room, in this particular room, including my brother who owns the studio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 of us. And you look at all the statistics, 1 out of 7 is going to go to jail. 1 out of 7 is going to be rich. Whatever that is, we all got to shoot. Imagine if we all fighting to be that one, though. All right, he blew crazy. Now he did this, but where you ended up at is still amazing. And now y'all all doing yearly trips. Now he done went and did this, he went and did this, he went and did that. But now y'all like, man, we started with Cigars Conversations, man. And we was all sitting there with Tony, talking about this, man. Look at this now. I seen it happen, bro. I've been around brothers, man. I've been around brothers, small walkers. Like, I seen the highest level of being a dope boy. I seen that go like this. I seen the highest level of music. I seen that go like this. I seen the highest levels of other businesses. I seen that go, and then I've seen movements that went like this. I seen cats who went from literally calling my phone to like borrow like the littlest amount of money you could think of to be running around here now. They millionaires, man.
Wow.
Some more brothers that was like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? Back when niggas was spending minutes on their phone.
Yeah.
And now these boys is like, you know, they rolling in, you know what I mean? Foreigns and all that. So it's like, don't judge nobody, man. I seen brothers make it happen, man. I've been blessed, man. The Lord has blessed me to see it all. And I learned from it all. I ain't shitting on nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I ain't come here and say I'm a mogul. We all moguls.
That's good, man.
We all moguls,
That's
bro.
great, man. That's great.
Real rap. And like I said, I ain't selling nothing early, but I gotta sell some shit now for y'all leave. 247trump.com is the website. The number 2.
Give it to 'em.
47 Trump sound just like it spells. I don't do none of that funny stuff. That's another thing. Let me give y'all this game. Stop with all the, yo, Trump, follow me, bro. My joint is done underscore. Ain't nobody doing all that. No, make it easy for people. My at Tone Trump, or just my name. You know what I mean? I've been fortunate enough to have all my official pages is verified. So stay away from the fake pages. People say, man, I was talking to you on this, and no, you wasn't talking to me. It wasn't me. So look for the verified pages. Everything is my name. Twitter, Instagram, those are the 2 best. I do have a Facebook that's verified too. I don't really do the Facebook. So the best way to get at me usually is, you know, DM me like the brother said he DM me on the gram, and I probably ain't get right back. But when I saw that I got back, I'm not ignoring nobody. I will never ignore nobody because, like I said, this ended up being I'm not just saying this is. I'm your best interview. This is one of my best interviews too. This may be my best because I always try to top it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, right now this is a great piece because I'm not doing no press right now. I'm not just saying that, bro.
So we got the exclusive.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really doing no press. That's why it's like I'm not just purposely not selling stuff. I'm not really selling nothing right now. I'm reloading. There's always something for sale. Like I said, like I got socks, I got sweatpants. Like this all me. I got my sneak. My sneaks sold out. The socks and the sneaks is sold out. But as far as the clothing, and all my links in my bio is active. So you hit the link in my bio to make it simple for you. I also, not only do I have the best merch, I have the best service. When we mail it to you, it's immaculate. You know, call my bluff on it. It's not going to just be a box with a hat. Everything is going to be packaged immaculate. Everything is going to be beautiful. It's going to look like you ordered from Neiman Marcus. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to do. 5-star everything. And that's my goal, man. I'm trying to up the bar. I'm trying to raise the bar. And I gotta make sure everything back up because I talk so heavy. I can't talk like this and then send you a hat with just the envelope. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure you feel like you ordered that shit from.
They gonna call you out.
Right. Well, they won't. My people love me so much they won't call me out, but they gonna talk about me to their wife or something. I don't want that either. You know what I'm saying? So and I thank my supporters, man, because like even when I talk about somebody like Ryan Coogler putting me in Creed, or even you brothers coming down here to interview me, this doesn't happen without the people watching, the people supporting. Y'all supported me forever. I don't brag about views because that shit don't matter. You know what I mean? I have never paid a bill off a view. Like I can never be like, I got 1 million views. You know what I mean? They like, all right, in the bill it's $1,700.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't brag about all that stuff. I don't care. I don't care if it get 100 views, 100 million views. You took the time to watch it at a time where there's so much other stuff to watch.
There you go.
I thank you. I'm sure they thank you. And if you support me, please support Cigars and Conversation because they supporting your eye. So support our brothers and let's lift this up. When people look at this, when people sit there and all want to, well, how many subscribers or how many people you got, man, you shouldn't even interview them after that. Or if you do, man, ask them the questions you know they don't want to answer. You know what I mean? Ask them about getting beat up or something because it's like, why you coming on my site? You know what I mean? On my, you know what I mean? You trying to judge my platform for? If you who you say you are, I know what this is gonna be. Like when you send me the clips of my interview, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Doubt.
This gonna open the door for me.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Because as I work, as I talk, I get ideas. You know what I mean? Like I'm about to start doing classes. I got a book coming. See, as I go, 15 steps to shine while you on the grind. I'm gonna use stuff from this conversation in my book. So it's like we already helping each other in so many ways. So I don't go front. I don't care how many views because I'm gonna do what I need to do with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like. And it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Well, there y'all got it, man. I mean, this was, you know, and this is a real informative interview.
This goat talk,
you know,
man. It's different, man.
This mogul talk.
Who you interview after me, man? I don't even want to know. Man. I don't even want to know, man. It's like going on stage at the Busta Rhymes. You like, oh man, I gotta go at the Busta. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain people you just don't want to go with after certain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how I go, but. Cigars and Conversations, man. If you ain't supporting this, you ain't supporting nothing, man. You heard that from the greatest hustler alive, Tone Trump. Shout to all the brothers involved. Shout to all the people around the world that work behind the camera. I'll be remiss if I don't shout out I don't even like to call her, you know, people say videographers. They done killed that term now. So I call it, I have a, you know, like I said, I like to work with women. So shout out to award-winning director Taya Simmons. I call her my visual brander. She's not no videographer because they just killed that term. So, you know what I mean? My visual brander, Taya Simmons, today's actually her anniversary. She's also Muslim, like my whole team is. So, you know, happy anniversary to her. She's amazing. She shoots all my visuals. You know, and it's about growing with your people. She was shooting my videos when I was on the block trying to figure it out. And she shot my video, Dark Liquor with CeeLo Green. You know what I mean? So when I got that budget, I go to my people, you know, bringing them up. I could have went and got anybody to shoot the video with CeeLo. I'm going to go with the person who was following me around my block and trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So shout out to all my team, man. And big shout out to everybody that support me. Shout out to all the behind the scenes people. And if you're watching this, you ain't gotta be no rapper, you ain't gotta be no actor. They paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Coogler, the director of Creed, the director of Black Panther, the director of he don't even have a social media. He ain't missing nothing. He don't got no followers. So how about that for people? I got 10 million followers. Yeah. That brother don't got no followers. And that brother out here shifting the culture. Wow. Oscar nominated. He gonna win at least one. They can't blink him. He got like 9 for Black Panther. So, and he should have won. He should have won for both his last 2 films. Wow. But just think, he ain't even 30 yet. His first 3, Fruitville, Creed 1, and Black Panther. Wow. Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a brother who don't got no social media. So it's like, don't get caught up in what they saying you got to do. Don't, you know, you only got 100 social media followers. Treat them 100 people like they 1,000,000 people and let them grow with you and blow with you. That's what I did. I got people who tell me, man, I've been with you since MySpace. I love them. I got people who not Muslims who buy the Muslim dime and the halal stuff. You know why? Because they bought into this. They believe in me. They support me. And they have helped me change my life. You know what I'm saying? Since I started doing this, I changed my life. I live different. I eat different. I travel different. I took other people to do those same things, and I couldn't have did it without the people that's watching. I'm not none of these other dudes. I thank them. I thank my Lord for everything. I thank the supporters. You know what I'm saying? I used to say that even with the music. I say, I don't got a lot of rapper friends, but I'm cool with all the DJs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I don't got a lot of blog friends, but I'm cool with all the fans. People tell me, man, I'm surprised you even answer me back. Man, I ain't doing it like that.
Right.
I send them that link to my merch, man. Go, you want to thank me? Man, go grab something. Yeah. And then DM after you grab it. Show me you grab it. You know what happens, man? Send me another DM. Yo, man, just order a hat. This, that, that. Yeah. Man, they just help me feed my family. They just help me pay daycare. They just help me pay this. They just help me. Yeah. That's my family. They ain't my fans. They with me. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody, man. So definitely support everything we got going on. Support everything these brothers got going on. This right here wasn't really about selling nothing. This was about educating and uplifting. We entertain, we educate, we made y'all laugh. I think we did our job, man. And you know, and if you like what you see, you know, we gave up all our social medias. My man, look right here. My man gonna put it right here for you. This is my website. Look right here. Put it right here. Don't block my shirt. Free Palestine, man. I like to bring awareness to my people, man, in the struggle. That flag right there. This is a custom soccer jersey from Foreign Drip Official, the first and only one made. You know, he asked me what I wanted. You know, everybody else be getting like the Italian teams and the German teams. I said, nah, man, give me more Palestinian people. You know what I mean? So pray for Palestine, pray for Philly, pray for yourself, pray for us. We all in together, man. Let's win. All my information right here, man. Go buy something. Since I ain't tell y'all nothing on it. Put it right here. Put it right here. Don't block my man. Don't block this right here. All right, right here. Like, all right, you got it. There you go. Go hit them links. Hit that. Follow him. Look, put it right. Here we go, man. Let's win, man.
Cigars and Conversations.
Believe that.
You ain't got nothing to say.
Different smile, different girl, you should check this out. Different smile, different girl, you should check this out. You're a different world, you should know, you should know, you should know that you're glorious. And I hope that we spend time and there is more of us.